Ain't gonna hurt nobody. Just dancing, y'all. Ain't gonna hurt nobody. Out there on the floor. Ain't gonna hurt nobody. Just dancing, baby. Ain't gonna hurt nobody. Gonna give you more. Oh, yeah.
Got a special guest in the building.
One of the most fun, entertaining rap duos of all time.
That's right, Kid and Play.
What? Where are they?
Start from the beginning. Kid and Play, of course, you guys are from Queens. Rap group. How did you guys hook up? How did y'all get together?
We were in two different rap crews. I used to be in a crew called the Turnout Brothers.
Right.
I used to
Turnout
be in a crew.
Brothers.
Turnout Brothers. Yeah, I used to be in a crew called the Super Lovers,
Right.
and with
We
that
used to
was
destroy
myself.
them all the time. That was
He's still
routinely.
dreaming. And just say salt and pepper, and that's how that kind of
Yeah, if you go back, I mean, yeah, they were definitely first. I mean, we probably wouldn't be here, you know,
Y'all didn't
without.
work at Sears with them too, did you?
Of course,
Yeah, we were there
we were
first.
there
I was
first.
the first one to work there.
Got them the job.
Yeah, exactly.
No, we at one time. Well, did we? I don't know. If we all worked there at the same time.
Kinda, I know I got fired
Well,
first.
no, Martin worked
In
at the gas station across the street.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's
Martin-
actually
Front like he was
working
working at Sears with
yeah,
y'all.
there was a
Right.
Hess gas
Right.
station across
He'd
the
fill
street.
up our tanks.
Yeah, Martin.
It was
Yeah.
a lot. There's so many 6 degrees of separation in our career and our journey. It like ain't even funny. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
I mean, if
saying?
you go back and watch some early Salt and Pepper videos, you'll see us dancing.
How did y'all come up with all the dance steps? I mean, because the dance steps were legendary.
It was just part of the culture.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Nah,
It was-
The Kid and Play is actually a remix, though, of the Funky Charleston.
well, it's the Charleston with two people doing it in front of each
Yeah.
other in a way to explain it to somebody quickly. And,
Yeah.
you know, for dummies.
We
you
try
know?
to cut.
Did y'all
what
have to
I'm
stay in shape back then? Because I remember seeing y'all on Apollo, and y'all looked like y'all was doing stunts, like jumping over each
Back
other,
flipping, yeah,
sliding
like
on the
jumping, flipping, yeah.
floor.
Man, that's what, we had a good budget then. Special
those-
effects and post production.
Those thrilling days of yesteryear before.
Now we're sponsored by Just for Men, Then Gay,
Icy Hot.
Icy Hot.
When did y'all realize, like, man, Kid, Play, I might be old, man?
Oh, every morning when I wake up. I can't. You know what's trouble now? Forget dancing. Like having sex is like exercise. You know what I'm saying? Like the next day you're hurt and you bang. You know, it's
What
like
are you doing in
You gotta
sex to
stop
make you
banging
I
young
don't know.
girls, kid.
No, then
Stop the 20-year-old.
No,
Moved away from you.
I hit them AARP chicks. You know what I'm saying?
What made you cut the high top?
You know what?
Because that was you.
Right.
That was confusing, too,
Right.
by the way.
Right.
Ain't gonna hurt nobody
In
video,
class
you show
act,
up with dreads.
in class
I'm like,
act.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
we were all
I always felt like you wanted to stay ahead of the curve. You know, people don't realize, like, when I first started rocking a high top, it wasn't initially popular. It was just, I just looked really odd, and people would, like, laugh at me in the streets. But I knew I was getting a reaction. So I was like, all right, let's just keep rocking it. At that time, it was tough and competitive coming out of the New York scene. So we needed every advantage. If that set us apart, like, oh, yeah, them two dudes, the light-skinned dude, dark-skinned dude with the, you know, it blew up, obviously, and then, you know, it became a thing. But I never wanted to get stuck with it. So I wanted to move ahead. So when we were doing the movie Class Act,
We had a huge fight.
right. I decided that was the movie. I was not going to wear it anymore. I was going to wear it like twist, dreads, or what have you. And then Warner Brothers said, we're going to sue you if you change your hairstyle.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, they were
said-
mad because
They
we
could
didn't know
sue
that's
you.
what
They
they
can't
bought
sue you for
into
that.
was
Well,
the
they threatened.
image.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
no,
like-
they were upset, and I had to
it's the
take a
grounds of
stand.
that.
I'm like, oh, am I going to
No.
stand for my dude or am I going to stand for
Right.
this
That
jet?
makes sense, though.
That
They're
makes
like, we
sense.
bought you,
It was
Negro.
just like, if you corner me, I'm with him. You know
Right,
what I'm saying?
we compromised. So I started in the movie with it, and then
Yes,
kind of went,
yeah.
and then that was '91, and I never looked back. So
You messed up a lot of dudes in the hood because dude who had high tops thought all they had to do was twist it and they would just fall and be
right,
dreadlocked.
no,
Soul Glow.
no, that's called white mama. You know, the hair just cascades down, you know, lovingly. So.
Yeah.
Us to do the movie. And when it was their first movie, we'd run into them in the grand old days back then when they had the industry parties, you know, the holiday parties. We'd run into them and they'd always give us updates on, we're working on a movie with you guys. This. We got a big meeting with so-and-so. I didn't really believe them because it's like, who was Kid and Play to do a movie? And plus, after Run DMC just did Tougher Than Leather, I didn't see much of a future in it. So I was outvoted by him and Herbie. But anyway, they had a meeting with New Line Cinema. We went in there to do a
we
reading.
just read and did some improv stuff, and
Right.
and to be honest, I thought
I did too.
Yeah, I thought we sucked,
We
and I was like,
bombed.
well, there goes that
Right.
movie stuff.
But they wanted to edge their bet, and I can understand that as business and say, let's get some people we can make sure it's a guarantee to be a hit. So they're thinking Will Smith and Jazzy Jeff. But Reggie and Warrington always wanted us. That was the deal. But what happened was when we left out of that reading,
right.
we went downstairs. It was around lunchtime, and one of the VIPs came downstairs to walk us downstairs because he was leaving for lunch. Well, it was also lunchtime for kids in school, and we got mobbed because we were hits with our videos and our music. They, on the 20th floor, wasn't aware of that, and Warrington Hudlin had told us the story about that's what made that VIP see
Yo, God
that.
work.
Went back upstairs and said, yo, we need to get these guys.
You see a lot of great opportunities. I mean, y'all had a Saturday morning cartoon, the films. Did y'all receive all the benefits you should have? Did y'all cash out?
Yeah, we
cashed it.
We're smiling. We're here.
Yeah.
You know? With that going on, it's like you get the residual checks. You get things are good.
But the reason I asked that because it was early on, and that was before hip hop was like real commercially
Right,
successful.
right.
So y'all were kind of like the first. So did y'all know to having the contracts, back end pay? And
Yeah, I mean, as we did more, we did better.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be quite surprised at what we made for the first house party. But
How much?
$30,000 for the first house party. But they didn't have an option on us.
Oh wow, I feel kind of bad.
You made more than him?
I got 60.
Really?
There you go.
That's impossible. First of all, that's impossible. First of all, that's impossible.
Well, I mean, and we were investors too because at the time, I opened up myself and Dana Dane Foreplay. I was the first one was getting into fashions and stuff like that.
Mad leather.
Yeah, I mean, I did stuff for Salt and Pepper, the Salt and Pepper Pusher Jacket, stuff for us, stuff for Big Daddy Kane, Heavy D, Michael Jordan, all of that. And then I had barbershops. So it's like...
Let's go to religion, because you went right to religion. Was it that bad, or what was it?
Well, I went through when you go to a point in life where you've gotten everything you wanted to get, thinking you're going to be happy, model, actress, wife, I could be a husband of Hollywood. But anyway, with that, and just getting everything, I mean, we did it all, got it all, but still not happy, and get to a point where it's like you just lose the passion.
I was happy. I was too happy.
Yeah,
that was my problem.
So it just got to a dark
happy.
place, and I had a praying grandmother and a praying father, and I'm like, okay, let me check out this cat named JC. And my life has just never been the same. She impressed me the first time I met her because we was at some kind of benefit. She was with another guy.
Oh.
I'm being played. I'm rolling up on basically, come home with me.
No shame.
And her thing was, I want to, but what would you think of me if I was to leave this dude to come home with you? And I'll never forget that. I was like, wow, that's character. And then fast forward years later, we're at the Jacob Javits Center where they're having what's the Black Expose that was going on. We got caught.
Black Expo.
Black
We
Expo,
got
yeah.
caught up in the Cross Colors Carl Kanai booth because they were rioting, wolf packs and stuff. And to make a long story short, I just let her know at that time I wasn't that dude. I wasn't interested in one night flings or whatever. She was in that place, and one thing led to another, and we're divorced.
Why'd y'all get divorced if you don't mind me asking?
I can't get into her, but I can only speak for myself. I didn't know who I was at the time. Play married her.
You didn't know who she was either because you kept calling her Lisa.
Yeah, well, you keep calling her Lisa. I was Play. When Play was born at the age of 18, Christopher Martin stopped growing at 18. When Play died at around 36, close to the 40s, Christopher Martin returned. But within that time, there was some damage and things, you do as Play. You do as you think you are as an entertainer. You went through it. We
I'm divorced too.
Yeah,
I'm happily divorced. Right?
Damn.
Happily
I
divorced.
was only married 2.5 years though, but it felt like 12 years a slave. I think my personal opinion is I think I waited so long to get married. I didn't get married till I was 40. I think I waited too long because I didn't know how to live with anybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm like I gotta come home every night. What's going on? Like really? No likey. So but yeah, it's this life is tough on a marriage. People think like it's very easy, and there are some advantages and benefits to it, but you're doing stuff, and you're not always doing stuff together. So
With guys like y'all do great. Because I think that people, they thirst for that nostalgia, and a lot of these kids want to know.
Yeah.
Because these new guys are repping the old.
Well, it's
generation.
amazing the people we run into, that do the salute or whatever the case may be. Really thankful, and I can remember a time when we were the young ones, and I'd meet our heroes and stuff, and it's so funny. Like Kid said, you just got to stay alive. But it's amazing, it's still to this day to see cats like Fabulous and Chris Brown do the kick step in the video,
how was
and
that
all these
seeing that
people
stuff,
doing that. Even Jay-Z and Picasso doing the kick step. I'm like, wow, you know what I'm saying? That's
Meek
powerful.
Mill, young rappers out in L.A., just kind of at the spot sometimes. And they always show love, the Drakes and guys like that. And I think we just tell them, hey man, y'all are in the lead right now. Y'all got the football. What you gonna do with it? You gonna do something? Are they gonna be talking about you 25 years from now? I mean, we already here. There's nothing we can You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? Before we go any further, I want to give a shout out to a guy y'all are going to be hearing about real soon. He's getting mad numbers, likes, all that kind of. His name is Henny Savant.
Henny Savant.
Henny
Henny
Savant.
Savant.
I'm telling you, he's out of Atlanta right now, but he's originally out of Philly. But he's a brilliant producer, rapper, the whole 9 yards. So I just wanted to shout out
Are you
to.
affiliated with him somehow?
Well, I was, but I got a lot going on. Like I said, with me with documentaries, I do a lot of speaking engagements. I'm still teaching. I was teaching at FAMU and North Carolina Central University with Ninth Wonder, and all of that. And so it's kind of busy. That's kid still does his thing in the industry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I've been working with CL Smooth.
Really?
Yeah.
On music?
Yeah.
What else would it be?
Yeah.
And this isn't new for Kid. I mean, Kid's been doing this for a minute. A lot of people don't know he did the theme for Bill Maher's show.
Right.
He did
Did that.
Martin's
Really?
theme.
Yeah,
did
and
and
Martin.
then also too, Let's Talk About Sex. That's him singing on it. You know what I'm saying, with Salt and Pepper. So
I
a
do
lot
my
of the
thing.
right. I was the fashion guy. I was the guy that made sure everybody looked straight. Worked on the album covers, video concepts. But this isn't nothing new to him. He's been doing this for a minute.
You still get crazy residuals off Martin then, because Martin's in
That's-
syndication
It's always
crazy.
on.
Yeah, that's done well.
Right.
That's done well.
Because he did the music, and I just remembered the whole Def Jam comedy. The first six episodes Martin did, those were my gear.
Yeah.
I designed all of those stuff.
And then that was-
what happened was Kid went out to kind of advance and work on whatever needed to be worked on with House Party before I did, because I was still wrapped up with my shop Foreplay. But Kid would get back at me and say, "Yo, man, I saw some of the auditions, or we auditioned this person. Trust me on this one." He did it like that with Martin, and he did it like that with
Bernie Mac.
with Chris Tucker.
Oh, Chris Tucker. That's right.
Because Chris Tucker
Right.
plays the pimp in
Right.
House Party 3.
We totally discovered Chris Tucker.
Yeah. Same time, man. Same time. I don't know you, man. Same time.
No, you know what? I actually had dinner with Martin maybe it was a couple years ago. So you got to call somebody. Be like, somebody calls you and tells you Martin is about to call you. Okay, that's how it rocks.
Citizen Kane.
Even
Right.
now?
Yeah. Well, and I tell you who it is. It's if you watch Martin.
Yeah.
Nipsey.
The boxer.
Nipsey and the bar owner.
Oh, him.
yeah,
I thought
yeah.
it was his the boxer guy.
No,
that
no,
does,
no.
does
No,
security.
that's
He
Kenny.
calls you to tell you that Martin's gonna call you?
Yeah. He said, "Yo, man, Martin want to holler at you." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I said, "Yeah, tell him to call me." So he says, Martin wants you to come up to the house to have dinner. So I was like, "Okay, I figure, this is like a dinner party. I'll go up there." So we go up top of the hill, and it's just me and him, having dinner at some
you
big
had a
table.
picnic.
Yeah, I mean,
No, but imagine a long table and you're in one
right,
end and
exactly.
the other, and
Right.
you say
It's always mad love.
Isn't it crazy? In this era, you got to say pause for stuff like that. But one of the greatest scenes in TV history is you and Shanae.
That's right.
Forever Shanae
That's
about
right.
to get it in.
That's
you know how
right.
many guys
About
wouldn't
to
even
get it
think
in.
of doing that now? They're like, I ain't doing that.
Right.
It was hilarious.
Yeah. You know what? That was part of our friendship. That was Martin coming. He came. I was staying at the hotel in LA. He came by, and he had the pilot, the first episode. He said, "Yo, I want to show you my pilot." I said, "Yeah." So we watch it. Then he says, "Oh, yo, I want you to be on the show." So we're like, "Oh yeah, of course I'll be on the show." So we just started throwing around some ideas right now at that time, and the guy who ended up writing it was there as well, Bentley Evans. And so forever my lady was out. So he said, "All right, well, let's just figure it out. Let's have Kid date Shanae." So then we just kind of put it on its feet, and it's thankfully it's become one of the more memorable episodes. You know what I'm saying? But I did not kiss that man. So we so old. We used to go to Danceteria. We used to go to the garage. Back in the day, sometimes we would go because they had Friday night was a straight night and Saturday night was a gay night. So sometimes Play and I we would go on gay night because we're not
Play's
gay.
like, wait a minute.
Because we're not gay.
Play's like,
And all those, yeah. No, but listen. Let it play out. Let it play out.
Please
Okay.
let it play out because I'm like,
All right, well, thank y'all so much.
Imagine
Yeah.
Kid and Play getting married.
Oh man.
Well, they were at the club on Saturday night, so.
Hey.
Now, you know what? I'm sorry I told that story.
I have a feeling we're gonna be real sorry.
Yeah, I know.
And then you got people who edit things. And
Yeah, I
all
think that
kind
thing's
of
gonna
stuff
pop
like
back up
that.
again.
Yeah, it's like,
Told you.
Remember that?
Ain't gonna hurt nobody. Just dancing, y'all. Ain't gonna hurt nobody. Out there on the floor. Ain't gonna hurt nobody. Just dancing, baby. Ain't gonna hurt nobody. Gonna give you more. Oh yeah.
The music's hype, and if it's alright with you, I would get. And that's a promise from me to you. Take my hand, girl, I'ma see you through.
You don't strike me as a woman that fronts. Here's your chance.
You only live once, I wanna hear you say, oh, what a blast, kid. We sure had good fun while it lasted. Hung out with friends
And hit the skins.
Next week we're gonna do it again.
Ain't nobody